What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 68 of the Get Up podcast, for you the hot takes, latest stories, and spicy picks on New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Nashville, and international sports. Hosted by yours truly, Grassani, joined started by Mike Cunningham, Alex Reich, Marcellus Murdock, and Sam Morell. You can listen to the podcast right now on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at GetTheGRP. And with all that said, it's time to get your game on.
Yo,
so
Adam.
guys, I'm hyped right now for two reasons. Number one, we have a fan favorite after a couple episodes off. Unfortunately, he had a dislocated shoulder and was out sick, but we are so happy to have him back on this podcast. Sam Morell, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Nice.
But Adam, let me introduce this next guest.
Also, we also have the other reason I'm hyped is because we have a guest joining us, our first ever repeat guest. We've had him on the show before as a guest, and we're so happy to have him back. We called on for him back after a very, very controversial Mike's hot take, and he wanted to come on to debate him, so he's back on the show. John Berardi. John, how you doing?
Let me get ready. If I gotta
I'm very good. I'm enjoying the shit out of this because I can't wait to roast the shit out of Big Mike's horrible looking team that also just coming off a loss against a team that Purdue had just beaten earlier in the season. So without further ado,
let me get ready, son. Get ready.
Santa Claus, whenever you want, you can go ahead.
Yo, I'm gonna rip this guy a asshole because he pays for a haircut for $75. All
right.
But that's a different story. Tag me.
All right, guys. I know you guys are really, really itching to go at each other, but unfortunately, we've got we do have one story that we got. The New York Giants have a general manager. The Giants hired, and our resident Giants fan here, John Berardi, loves it, and I love it too. But the Giants, they finally did something that Sam, I don't know if you listen to our past episodes, but I feel like this stuff said the Giants finally did something that isn't dumb.
Today. Yeah,
they finally did something that isn't, they finally did something that really, gives Giants fans faithful. They hired as their next general manager Joe Schoen. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. They hired Joe Schoen. So just a little background on Joe Schoen. He was the Buffalo Bills assistant general manager for what was it, 5 years?
Yep,
he worked under Michael Bean, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, he worked under Michael Bean, and if you just read up on this guy, just take a look at the reaction around the NFL to this hire. It's so much different. It's so much different. Right? Like if you go back 4 years ago when the Giants first hired Dave Gettleman, there wasn't really that much excitement about it. Some players came out and bashed the hire, because as you all know, Dave Gettleman and some of the NFL players don't exactly get along too well, though. So it wasn't the most outpour reaction. But we look at the reaction to Shane, to Joe Schoen, literally everyone seems to love it, Brandon Bean. I said it was Michael Bean. Brandon Bean, the Bills general manager, recently was talking to the media. He held an entire press conference, congratulating Joe Schoen on getting the job. And the one thing he did say was that no one is gonna outwork him. He said that that the Giants will never ever if they miss on a player, let's say they draft someone and he turns out to be the next Jamarcus Russell, it won't be because of a lack of due diligence. Joe Schoen is, if you look at his background, he's really into scouting. He has a great scouting resume. He's a very hard worker. It's just the all around reaction to this hire is just really positive. And again, I said before, they got someone from outside the organization that can. I mean, I've said this about a million times, so I'm definitely repeating myself here. They got someone from outside the organization. They really did their due diligence. I mean, all three of their finals or not would have been great hires, but it just shows that they're doing their due diligence, and they got a guy that's not only respected around the league, but they really believe can really get this franchise in the right direction. So, I mean, I got more to say, but as right now, Joe Schoen, I just really, really, really like this hire. I mean, John, you're also a Giants fan, so you want to give some thoughts?
I'm enjoying the heck out of this. I'm so happy that they finally fired Gettleman. Gettleman was terrible.
Oh, Sam, I don't know if you agree. Michael, I don't know if you agree. If we're gonna rank the worst general managers in New York Giants history, Dave Gettleman's up there.
And the fact that
the Giants, nobody gives a shit about those shitty Giants.
Oh,
we do.
Also, just to know, the Giants just also somehow, I don't know how in the world, they have interest in former Atlanta Falcons head coach / current Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn for a head coaching spot. I don't know how, but I'm happy that at least the Giants finally did the right move, not in the Patriots-based style of how they used to go about with their stuff. At least they interviewed Brian Dable tonight and have one more scheduled for tomorrow. About time John Mara and Steve Mara and Chris Tisch made a home run move. But the Giants better not hire Dan Quinn, because that would be terrible.
I mean, I've got some thoughts about potentially of hiring of the head coach hire, but later on. But Sam, do you have any thoughts on this?
We said it all already. It's an amazing hire, and this is the direction you really need to go in. However, if we hire that head coach Daniel Quinn, then we will be taking a step back.
Yeah,
but if we don't do that hiring, we hire. There's one coach on the market right now. I forgot his name, but he's actually really good.
Talk about Brian Flores, right?
Yes. If we get him with this general manager we just got, I feel like we will be able to be a very, very good team.
Yeah. I mean, Brian Flores, he's one of, the way I'm reading tea leaves right now, it appears that Brian Flores is one of two candidates that was really favored to get this job, and I would love Brian Flores, a Brooklyn guy, New York guy. I've said before that Brian Flores would be he would be a really, really great guy. But another guy, the Giants who have already completed an interview with this guy, and the other guy that seems to be a really big candidate for this job is Bills offensive coordinator Brian Dable. And Brian Dable, I think, would be a really great hire as well, because just take a look at we said it last episode. Take a look at what we did with Josh Allen, because it's easy to look at Josh Allen right now and think oh, he's just really out quarterback. And that's we're not trying to discredit Josh Allen. Oh, he's a quarterback, one of the best in the league. But coming into the league, Josh Allen really struggled. In his first year and a half, Josh Allen struggled, and coming out of Wyoming, he was the sky reports, everyone said he was wildly inaccurate, and there were some doubts on whether he could make it at the NFL, but through great coaching and through his work at Josh Allen's work, he managed to become a really accurate passer and one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So you have to assume that Brian Dable really had something to do with it, something to do with really developing Josh Allen. So So that's definitely a big plus on Brian Dable's resume. But say I get what you're saying. Brian Flores would be like a great hire too. I feel like if you tell me that the Giants next coach is one of Brian Dable or Brian Flores, if it's one of the two Brians, I think Giants fans will be happy.
Yeah, as long as they just get a good head coach.
We see a good head.
We suffered for a long time. We just need something.
I mean, John, do you have any thoughts of Brian Dable and Brian Flores? Or Alex?
No.
You don't have any thoughts on like your on Joe Schoen like being one of your rival general managers now?
He doesn't care. He only cares if the Philadelphia Eagles actually becoming a great team.
Well, I'm asking him because he knows that the Eagles are like a divisional rival of the Giants, so I'd assume he'd pay at least somewhat close attention.
He wants the Giants to burn his biggest hellhole.
Alex, what's with that smile?
It's just the way Sam is talking at the moment. Very low.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, you like jazz?
What?
You like jazz? You don't get the joke, god damn it.
Really? I mean, Marcellus, do you have any thoughts? I'm trying to get someone else to like give a strong Giants take. Come on, guys. Marcellus, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I'll say I do like the hire that you guys made with the general manager. I think that was a good hire. I don't know. I feel like I told you last episode that I feel like the best coach for you guys would be Brian Flores. Personally, that's what I think. You guys need a quarterback, man. That's really all it comes down to. You need a quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you brought that up, Marcellus, because after they make their head coach, that's gonna be a question. Like what do they do a quarterback? I mean, do you try and make a trade for Russell Wilson? Do you maybe you try and roll it back with try see if maybe you fall. I know it's isn't a great quarterback class, but maybe you fall in love with someone and take with either the 5th or 7th pick, or do you run it back with Daniel Jones owns one more year?
No,
they're all very. They're all very. Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
Miracle, you just say to the Chiefs, "Hey, listen, you're my bitch now. Give me Patrick Mahomes."
You do know that that the Giants were interested. Specifically, Ben McAdoo, was the former Giants head coach, was interested in trading up for Mahomes, and I believe was it John Maris shut that down.
Yeah, because I'm letting you know, if the Chiefs traded Patrick Mahomes for anyone on the Giants, let's put it this way. I wouldn't care if the Giants traded me all of their players for Patrick Mahomes. I would still say the Giants won the trade. That's how bad the Giants are.
Exactly. And they're in cap hell, too. So this isn't gonna be this. I feel like this is a big advantage for Shane, is that he's gonna have time to like fix. That's the big message for Shane, is that he's gonna have time to fix this stuff, because everyone's looking at the Giants right now as like they're a bad team and they're in cap out. So it's gonna take some time to really it's gonna take at least a season or two to really like get this team like where it needs to be. So Shane obviously knows that. If he gets off to a slow start, then the heat really won't be on him unless he like does some really, really bad moves like we saw like Gelman make early on. Unless he makes some really, really bad moves early on.
Well, Adam, don't forget about the part that Ben McAdoo is now in Carolina.
Oh yeah, Ben McAdoo got hired as the Panthers offensive coordinator. Yeah, he got hired as the offensive coordinator there. Ben McAdoo.
Yeah, there's really nothing to talk about with the Giants just because
it's been a while. I mean, Sam, you said before, I feel like talking to Giants has just been like it's been boring. It's just been boring, and they've been unwatchable. They've been unwatchable for 5 years. I've wasted 5 years of my life watching this shitty ass product year in and year out. I've been
and here's the thing: the reason why it's like we can't really like make a topic out of this is because they made a good move. They haven't done that in 5 years. So the fact that they made a good move, we're kind of just like, how do we talk about this? There's no way you can really talk about this.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way we can talk about other than say they finally did something good. They finally did something good.
For all sports fans, I just want to let you know, I'm a Ravens fan first, but I'm a New York fan just in general second. This is new territory for us in terms of the Giants. The Ravens are obviously amazing, but in terms of my Giant persona, this is new territory for us. We haven't had something good for years now. Now we're just waiting on the Jets to become actually good and relevant again. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting debate. I was listening to this on Michael K show. Is that which team right now do you have more confidence in, the Giants or the Jets?
Giants. Jets are just trash. I mean, it's because it was a couple of weeks ago. I would have said Jets because the Giants are just a dumpster fire, and I say we didn't know if they were going to fire Joe Judge. It was still like up in the air that they were going to bring Joe Judge back, and they were just going to basically run back with Kevin Abrams. And I would, if you've heard me say before, I would have had a meltdown if that happened. But it did happen. Let me read this quote from Joe Schoen. Here's a quote that was in the press conference. Quote: "The work begins. My immediate focus is to hire a head coach who I will work in lockstep to create a collaborative environment for our football operations. A person who possesses the ability to lead your organization and the ability to motivate and develop players. On the personnel side, we will begin to evaluate our roster and prepare for draft and free agency. Our goal is to build the roster to be competitive, have depth, and most importantly, win football games. And here's the big thing I take away from that statement is that he said specifically is that he's gonna be the one to hire a head coach. We've seen in the past before that it was obvious that John Morell and Dave Gillen, the Giants' outdated regime, the outdated thing, like the Giant way, that they would be the one like to hire like all the head coaches. That they would be the one to call the shots. That it was that John Mara and Chris Mara and their outdated philosophies, like they had way too much of a say, and they were clearly starting to like lose their touch, like with the modern NFL. That's the reason why they brought in Dave Gettleman, because he fit the Giant way the best. Like this season right now is that this shows that they're really starting to get away with that. They brought in like a guy, again I said before, outside organization who has a really, really strong resume that he was being considered by other teams. Joe Schoen was being considered by other teams, but apparently like he told the Giants that he was their top destination. The Giants weren't worried about him going to their team because he told me he was their top destination. So the fact that that's the case that he's going to be the one, like it shows that they're turning over football races that to Joe Schoen. Now, will ownership have a say? Will Chris Mara have a say? Like, yes, they will. I'm not necessarily saying they shouldn't have a say, but Joe Schoen is ultimately going to be is going to have the final decision. He's going to have the final decision on the head coach. He's going to have the final decision on the quarterback. And he's also going to have the final decision like on the roster, and that makes me so optimistic going forward with this franchise. Now,
Now, am I necessarily saying that Joe Schoen will be a great general manager? No, I'm not necessarily. I'm not saying that he's definitely going to be a good general manager. For all we know, he could be a bad general manager or a mediocre general manager. But just the vibe that you're getting, like from this hire, like just all the just the vibe that you're getting, like, and the fact that the Giants are finally starting to wake up and realize that it's the 21st century and that they have to like really get to with the times. That alone, I feel like, is reason for optimism for Giants fans. All right, guys, we gotta move on to the thing that we've all been waiting for. This segment of the show that is like a WWE WWE matchup between Michael Cunningham and John Berardi. Mike's hot take. Michael Cunningham, take it away. John Berardi, take it away.
Wait, before we even start, we can also say it's just as equal as Russ playing this season. Trash. So.
Damn, Sam, I thought you were my friend, buddy. That's cold, Sam Morell. But we're going to talk about that. But let me ask a question to the people of the jury. West Camden, born and raised. Playing basketball is where I spend most of my days. Let me ask a question to John. You like Purdue, right, John?
Yes, for all my life.
But here's the thing. I remember a couple years ago when me and Alex were in college with you, you said you were a University of South Carolina fan.
Yes, because of having siblings that also went there.
Okay, I'm getting. But if you can name 4 players that made it into the NBA from Purdue. However, Purdue is so bad, you guys can't get an NBA player. That's how bad you guys suck.
Hold up.
4 players made it. You had Glenn Robinson, Brad Miller, and Carson Edwards. Only 3 because y'all suck so bad. Marcellus, because we may have another better record, but when's the last time you guys won a championship? NCAA championship. When was the only time? Wait, never.
He can't even tell you.
You can't even tell you. He can't even tell you. When's the last time you actually been relevant?
Hold up, Charles Barkley looking ass.
When's the last time we won a championship? 2015. My only argument: Purdue is buns and trash. If you put buns and trash in a dictionary, you see Purdue's picture basketball. That's how bad the basketball program is.
Good. Now I can finally talk. What happened a few years ago when Duke got upset against South Carolina like that too?
When was the last time you made it to the playoffs? Alex, please tell the school when's the last time they won something.
At least we made it a few years ago too. What happened to
Barely. Duke? You guys made it to the Sweet 16, motherfucker.
Yeah. And what happened? All I can say is what's happening to Duke this season? Purdue.
How many champions? We never missed the playoff appearance since 2020. You guys haven't done shit. You guys haven't done shit.
We made it to the first round last year. We made it to the Elite Eight. What happened to Duke? What happened?
Let me ask you a question, Alex, my boy. I know John's a little close to you on that couch. You know what they say? We're in quarantine, 6 feet. Because y'all look like you're about to jerk each other off, but that's not the point. But the point is, Purdue sucks for life. Adam, I'll give you $100 if you can name Purdue starting 5 this year.
I mean, I'm not as into college basketball as you guys are, so
Marcellus,
I'm not the best person to ask for that.
Marcellus, let me ask you a question, Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Name 1 player from Purdue that had a good NBA career or a good college career. Can you name one?
I can't.
Sam, my boy. Sam.
Carson Edwards.
Did you just say Carson Edwards?
The word is he's not even having a good NBA season.
He's not even having to have it. He's going to be under the G League. Next.
You all,
Sam, can you help me out, brother? Because I know he's a little slow. The boy needs a little help. If you can name 1 player that was great from Purdue, I'll give you $100.
Oh, wait. Now it's $100 in a line. Wait, I think.
Besides Brad Miller and the Glenn Robinson.
I don't count Brad Miller or Glenn Robinson because, don't get me wrong, Glenn Robinson was good.
The big dog.
When you mean good, I mean all-star material.
If you can name none of but besides those 2, I'll give you $100. Can you name one? You can't think of any.
I can't. I don't. No, I can't name one. There's a reason why Purdue is like number one. The only reason why they're number one is because they're known for playing team basketball. They're not known for like actual NBA player talent.
Thank you. You heard it. You guys are a good team ball program. You guys have no stars. Duke, we make players.
4? Who is number 4 in the AP poll for the top 25? Who's been the top 7 now for a while during the season? And who was the number 1 team? Not Duke.
We were the number 1 team. Wait, hold up. Point is, let me ask you a question. It doesn't matter what you do right now. What matters what you do in the tourney in March. Let's see what you guys do in March. If I swear to God, and I mean God talking to God, if Purdue wins, I will say Purdue is the greatest team to play this year. I will say that on record, on the show, on God. If you say that, I will say it if they could win it all. And that's my promise to God. If the Duke wins, ooh, you ain't gonna like this. You had to wear a Duke shirt for a whole day saying Duke is the best team that ever played college basketball of their own entire season. Unless you're scared. Unless you're scared to do a little bit.
Yeah, but the thing is,
because y'all suck. You guys suck in the tourney. At least we get close. You guys are buns and trash. You play like some women that don't even know how to play basketball. Hell, my mom plays better basketball than Purdue basketball. That's how bad you guys suck when it comes to the playoffs.
Who has a better record? Not
that don't mean shit. It's what you do in the Big Ten in March. Let's see what y'all do in March. We're not talking about now, but anybody can be good now. Anybody can be a good team now. But wait until March for results.
Not yet. You still got to worry about the Big East, the Big 10, the Big 12 tournaments to see how they could do for it.
Let's see how Purdue. Y'all always choke. You guys always choke.
We made it farther than we know how to win our shit. Duke loses against.
When was the last time y'all won a championship? For the love of Jesus Christ, you haven't. You were. At least I was alive to see my team win. You haven't seen a championship in your damn lifetime for Purdue or South Carolina. Wherever team you flip-flop the next year.
When's the last time we can see Duke not lose against crap teams?
You guys lost to Rutgers. Rutgers to a bum-ass Ron Harper Jr. I don't want to hear shit.
We beat Villanova.
That's really a good basketball program. Rutgers has been a good basketball program in over 30 years.
We beat Villanova, and we beat the former
Villanova only has one good player in Eric Dixon. That's it.
Yeah, and Villanova.
No disrespect to you, Alex. You know I'm real. But that's the only. Okay.
We beat Florida State, the team that I just lost to by 1.
Hey, Adam. Who is Purdue's head coach? Does anybody know who's Purdue's head coaches in here on this podcast besides John?
Do you mind if I just butt in real quick?
Sam, I'm tagging you in, baby.
Go ahead, Sam.
This should be funny.
Okay, I keep hearing this argument, and you keep bringing it up, saying how Duke lost to Florida State by 1 point. I'm going to repeat what you just said. They lost to Florida State by 1 singular point.
Yeah, the team that Purdue beat.
Okay,
and they beat. And here's the thing: would you say Florida State's a good basketball program? Because I say they're a good basketball program.
Because if they can beat Duke, they can win.
Okay, now let me ask you this: when's the last time Rutgers has been in March Madness?
Never.
Thank you. You answered
that. They were in a tournament last year. They were in a tournament last year.
But they choked.
And then the year before that. Yeah. I mean, you've heard me. I could rant about that game against Houston.
But here's the thing, John. How many times Purdue has made it to the champions? How many times they made it to the tourney? How many times?
Every year.
And what do they usually lose? What, they go to the season every year?
We make it far, though, into the tournament every year. And your point is?
But Duke has made it every year to the Elite Eight in the Final Four, mostly every year. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
And
Am I right? Am I right?
They still choke. So what's your point?
At least we go farther than you do, so you can't say shit about Duke. I know the reason why you hate Duke is because Alex hates Duke, because your hand is so up his ass a lot It's like you're jerking them off, for God's sakes. That's what it is.
At least we're not 1-2 on the road like that. How you scumbag Duke, pathetic looking ass team.
We have a better coach than you, period. Coach K is the greatest college coach besides John Wooden. But that's not the point. Coach K is a ballot Hall of Famer, first ballot. If was Purdue's head coach, he's probably flipping some onion rings by the end of next year. That's how bad he is. You guys can't produce stars like Duke can. If any Purdue player can make it to the NBA and have a good career, besides 2 players, I'll be impressed.
Ivy,
Gonna be trash next
from last year.
Duke has built legends like Elton Brand, Kyrie Irving, Grant Hill. We got Christian Laettner. We build champions. We got RJ, Zion, Cam Reddish, all gonna have monstrous careers. You only had 2 players that actually do well.
Caleb Swanigan, who's also in the NBA.
Yo, he's trash. Next, Alex. I know. I can name 1 player that can probably make it. Adam, what's up, baby? What do you got?
I just want to ask a really quick question to John here. So, John, what are you? Are you going to Purdue is better than Duke all time or this season?
Well, I was going to say also this season.
You say all time?
Wait. You said all time?
No, I was going to say this season.
Oh, I was about to say Adam.
If you had said all time, then I'm sorry, but John, I can't give you that.
If you would have said Alex, did this motherfucker say Duke was produced better than Duke all time? Did he just say that? I wasn't paying attention. I was zoning out. I was having a little bit of weed. What was he saying?
Oh, I was zoning out, and I was thinking about the time when you guys lost to Miami at home too, as one of your crap ass losses.
First of all, okay, we can't win every game. We can't win every game.
So this is all I'm going to say really quickly. This is how you can determine really what's the best team. March Madness. That's the only way you can determine the best team. Because here's the one thing. You can be the number 1 seed. We saw Virginia be the number 1 seed. They lost to the last seed. So that's why I'm saying you can only determine by March Madness, because you really can't determine throughout an entire regular season. There's going to be those type of crap losses no matter what.
Okay, let me look at Purdue's. Let me see where they are for college basketball. Let me see.
In the top 4.
Purdue right now, according to the AP Top 25, Purdue's ranked 4th and Duke's ranked 6th.
So that's what you mean. Purdue is better.
They both have the same record.
We both had the same record, you dumbass.
But
2.
Top 4.
You guys choke. I swear. You guys gonna be sucking dick in March Madness because y'all suck so much.
We had a better record this season longer than Duke has.
Okay, first of all, you guys haven't played any good teams. You haven't played any good teams this year. You guys haven't, besides Villanova.
And UNC and Illinois, who was in the top 25, we beat them in double overtime at their place.
Isn't ranked.
Illinois was.
Okay, you guys only played against Villanova. That's top 11. There's only one team in Wisconsin. What? Wisconsin too? You guys lost to, I don't know, Indiana.
Mike can't handle this blasphemy. That's why his mic's going in and out. He can't handle this blasphemy.
I can't hear the bullshit come out of his mouth saying that Purdue is better than Duke. I just can't. Pop quiz. Marcellus. I think Marcellus left the show.
I mean, John, if you're arguing that Purdue is better than Duke, let me ask you a question. Be better than Duke
I'm still here.
Season, then I don't think that's an outrageous take. But if you're arguing that Purdue's better than Duke all time, I'm sorry, that's outrageous.
Yo,
do you think Purdue will ever be good in basketball?
Never.
Thank you, Sam, Alex, and Sam and Adam. You think Purdue basketball will be a great basketball program? Alex, don't bullshit, because don't be fake. Just John's here. Be real. You think Purdue is a great basketball program? Don't bullshit. I'm talking about all time and now.
Honestly, from what I'm seeing with my own eyes this year, they are an elite top 5 team.
Okay, fair enough. Yo, Sam,
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think they're a great
talking
program
about right now and in general.
And right now, I would say I do think they have a chance at the championship. I think they have a chance at a championship.
If they well, here's the thing, they do better. They choke. Okay. And Alex, I know you hate Duke. You gotta admit, Duke has always been a great basketball program. Am I right or wrong? Be real.
Talk about basketball programs. Duke's like arguing.
Thank you. We all could agree that Duke. And I'm saying, if Duke and Purdue play each other, Duke will wax them on the court. Easily.
I don't know about that. After
easily,
what we got from this season,
you guys choke every year. Talk to me in March. Talk to me in March and see what y'all do.
Yeah, and look at the two-headed monster. What we can easily do against Duke. We have the best backcourt.
Whoa!
This season, Trayvon Williams, Zach Edey.
Hold up.
Adam, I have to say his part, but we got a guy that never played basketball before in his life that played baseball and hockey in Canada.
You're telling me you guys, Purdue has the best backcourt in college basketball right now?
From this season, if you look at all the announcers, what they say, they think Purdue Mackey Arena is one of the toughest environments to play in besides other arenas.
Are you never heard of Cameron Indoors, you big old buffoon? That is the loudest college arena of all time. And then Villanova.
I just want to make sure. So you're saying Purdue has the best backcourt right now?
That's what he said. That's what he just said.
Do you know how good the two-headed monster is for Purdue?
Adam, can we cut him? Can we just drop? You just said blasphemy. You just said fuck it. I don't. Can we kick this white boy off the show now? Because I'm just getting a headache from hearing this blasphemy. I just don't even want to hear this. Alex, tell your idiot roommate to go in this room. I'm tired of this blasphemy for one night. I'm tired of it. This is some bullshit blasphemy.
All right.
Ignorant shit. What's next?
Oh, wait.
He's back.
Sam.
Right. I'm sorry.
No. Give Sam the floor here. Sam, the floor is yours.
Sam, I'm tagging you in. You're in.
Okay. One thing I will say before I just absolutely annihilate you for your lack of basketball knowledge, just in general, and for the blasphemous take you just said, I will say this. Your backcourt is really good. And the one player you did mention, he's phenomenal. I do think he's going to be drafted into the NBA. He's going to be, I think he can be a good role player in the NBA. That being said, there's no, what? They're not the best basketball. I'm sorry, you don't have the best backcourt. You're not even close to having the best backcourt. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Purdue is made from having team basketball. They don't get the stars like Duke and UCLA does. They just don't. And I get, like, you are number one, you have the same record as Duke, you're ranked number 4, but I will always and always and always go back to that Rutgers game. And that's why I always say, yeah, I can't trust Purdue. Because, yeah, Duke had shitty losses. I'm not going to cover that up. Duke had shitty losses. Like top tier shit losses they had. They never lost against a team that shouldn't even be in the D1 division, yet somehow is. Like, let's be real. We all go to a Rutgers game and we just say the same thing of how shit they are. That team won again. I don't give a fuck if it's at home. Purdue should be whooping their ass by 50.
Thank you.
The score at the end of the game for the Purdue game, if they're truly number one, should be 70-29.
Preach.
That's how bad Rutgers is. So the fact that Ron Harper
and we only have one good player in Ron Harper Jr.
The team that almost
Ron Harper Jr. is not even that good.
Against Iowa, they got lucky because the refs decided.
Oh, don't say shit about the refs. No. I don't want to hear this bullshit.
I'm sorry. I'm letting you know. I'm a coach. I coach. And I'm not like one of those bullshit coaches that, they coach little kids. No, I coach. I coach travel leagues. I coach rec leagues.
I go ahead, you leagues too, brother. We got it, brother.
I coach like a lot. I coach in a lot of leagues. So I'm a coach, and I know refs personally that went to ref school. Never blame the refs. Refs, 90% of the time, know what they're talking about. I know when a ref is calling bullshit. You know how I know? Because I called a ref out on his bullshit tonight. And he said, yeah, it was a bad call on my end. I'm sorry. So I know when a ref's calling bullshit. The ref, there was maybe like 2-3 calls. The rest of them were actually fine. It's just, if you see it from a TV perspective, you're not going to be able to see what you can actually see when you're on a court. So don't blame the refs. Never blame the refs unless it's like it's blatantly there. If it's blatant, yeah, then it's the refs' fault. But it wasn't blatant that game, not even close. Come on, man.
Excuses on that one.
What did you just say? Excuses?
Everyone that was watching the game knew it was the ref's fault for that.
Whoa, hold up.
Paid attention to it.
Hold up. Adam, please try to rip this boy to shreds. Please.
I don't know how long this part's been going on for, but this is good.
Yo, Alex, do me a favor. If you ever put this idiot on
oh my god, you made Sam leave again.
2, hey, let me ask you guys a question. John, have you ever played basketball in a league, period?
A long time ago, and you should say thank you to Adam for inviting me to this.
Thank Adam. I love you, brother. I love this show.
All right. So are we moving on to the closing arguments?
Here's the thing. John, you never played basketball day in your life. We all could agree with that. We all could agree you never played in the league ever in your life. You probably play in the rec league where your parents signed you up and you had your parent as your coach.
No, I played a long time ago, 3rd grade.
But you airball every time you shoot over the rim, Alex. Tell the truth. Is this jump shot that bad? We all real.
When you're about to take a shot, I bet your armpit smells so bad that people around you have to be careful.
Okay, that was whack. I know what, Sam.
Oh, hold on, Sam.
Don't mind me. Sam, don't mind him. He never played basketball day in his life. You know, he was always
in 3rd grade. I bet the only thing you played was the ballerinas, and you were a cheerleader.
God.
Yo, Adam, let this idiot know how good I was. Please let this idiot know.
All right, ballerina.
You were a bench warmer. You probably sucked so bad.
Are you guys done?
All right, Adam, you can go ahead now with your next thing.
I ain't done.
All right, closing arguments really quickly go.
Now I'm really mad. Hold up. This guy said he played basketball. It's like that's why he don't know shit about basketball, because he never played the fucking game for real. You played as a bench warmer. You never played. You probably were the water boy on the basketball court. You were a
cheerleader looking.
You were the water boy. You were the water boy. You were the towel boy. Go clean up. At least. All right, Jimmy, go straight in your. You're the only person I know that gets hurt by playing pickup by not doing anything with your bad knee. So shut up. I don't want to hear this.
All right, Jimmy Neutron, shut up so that way we can get a move on with this night.
We all know you trash at basketball. My left nut ball sack is better than you. Hey, Adam, for the love of God, now I'm really about to give a whole existence about basketball. Hold up, Alex.
Go back to the ballerinas that way Adam can.
This guy is, Adam. This is why he never understand, because he sucks at basketball so bad. Like, goddamn.
Hey, go back to the ballerinas.
This is a 2K player. Like, goddamn. He's like Skip Bayless. This guy is like Skip Bayless. Like, goddamn. You remind me of Skip Bayless. He is so ignorant. His takes like Skip Bayless. It's so bullshit and bullshit.
Stephen A. Smith over there. Okay. Thank you, Adam.
Now stop muting me before I whoop your ass too. But the point is, Adam, I'm really heated. If I gotta deal with this bullshit, you gotta make my blood pressure.
Adam,
are you guys done?
Yes, I'm waiting for the ballerina.
Okay. So here's how we're gonna do
I
it.
ain't done yet. Hold up. Until he actually plays a basketball and picks one up, I'll be impressed. Thank you.
I'm done with my part. Just let the ballerina finish. That way you can gonna move on with this.
All right. So
I'm a ballerina. Your mama sucks my dick really good if I'm really a ballerina. We ain't gonna talk about that. Next, keep going, Adam.
All right. So here's how we're gonna do this. Normally with Mike's hot take, we usually just vote on Mike's hot take and we approve or deny it. But guys, I think we're gonna, since this is kind of like a head-to-head debate, I feel like we're gonna do something very interesting here. Myself, Alex, Marcellus, and Sam, we're just gonna vote who won the debate, either Michael or John. We're gonna vote that, and if John wins the debate, it'll count as a disapprove from Michael's record. If Michael wins the debate, it'll count as an approval.
I obviously won. This dude don't know nothing about basketball. It's like me versus cocaine.
So who wants to go first? Sam, you were very vocal in this debate, so you can go first. Who won this thing?
I'm gonna be honest. Is there even a winner?
Damn, Sam.
I don't even think there's a winner. I think there's only one loser, and that's me. But like hearing that blasphemy. For those who can't see and can only see the audio, I left this podcast not once but twice during this one fucking segment.
Because of John's stupidity, we know.
So I don't think I have to say who won, but I think you're picking up what I'm putting down.
He said I won. There you go. He basically just said I won.
Mike won. But in reality, I don't think anyone is winning this. Rather, I think we all just lost our damn sanity.
All right, so that's one vote for Michael.
Marcellus goes next. Over here, Marcellus.
Marcellus, you there?
He died because of the blasphemy too. That's what I'm saying. We all lost this.
No, I'm here.
All right, who won? Who won the debate, Michael or John?
Definitely Mike, because fuck Purdue.
For saying blasphemy shit like that, Adam. Come on.
Wait till tomorrow.
Yeah,
Alex, you go next.
All right. You want me to go now? All right. So I have to give John. If I don't vote John, then he's my vote Michael is over. So I mean, it was just
Adam,
wild from
be
both
realistic,
sides.
Adam.
It was. I mean, John had a couple of good points. I do think that saying Purdue is better than Duke this season, I don't think that's an outrageous take. Saying that Purdue could beat Duke this season, I don't think that is outrageous debate. But then, John, you then said that Purdue has the best backcourt in the entire league, in the entire country. I mean, you just lost me there. You just ultimately lost me there. And then you just argued about Duke choking, Purdue has just as big, if not a bigger history of choking. So
Like this.
Michael, I'm gonna give you this one. You won.
Adam, by the way, Adam, 2 words. Prank, bitch.
No, you said that shit. Shut up. You lost. Alex, who won? You hearing this black? No, you said it straight up like an idiot. You just got mad because you lost. Alex,
I was actually joking because really the best team out of all to keep an eye on, can't forget, Auburn from the SEC. Who was
wow. You guys hearing this blasphemy?
Oh my God.
Yo, Sam, you hearing the blasphemy he just said?
All right. Alex, you have the final vote. You have the final vote. You have the final vote.
I want to hear Alex's vote because I want to know if he's trying to get hit tonight or not.
Alex, I swear to God, Alex, we will fire you from this podcast if you say the stupidest vote ever.
All right, you let Alex vote. Let Alex vote. It doesn't really matter.
He's fired.
Anyway,
he said something stupid. He's fired.
Alex, go ahead.
I mean, honestly, you can't rely on just 1 year of good basketball. And Mike is right that Duke has been an elite program for the past probably half of my life. And I think that it's very hard to overturn this. and be on the Purdue side because they've been off and on. But I know that this year they turned their asses around and they're doing well. But I'm going to have to definitely agree with this.
Because his team lost to Purdue, so that's why he's able.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's because Duke has been a lot better than Purdue for multiple years.
So who's your vote for, brother?
Chunk. Well, go ahead.
I agree.
With who?
With Mike.
It's unanimous.
Sweet.
Michael won the debate
Sweet.
unanimously.
No, you at my house, bitch.
Just
But
remember,
like Sam said, I feel like this debate was just a lose-loss for everyone.
Yeah, it was just a loss for everyone.
just remember, if Duke loses tomorrow against Syracuse, then you all would have to rethink what you just said.
No, not really.
Not even close.
Because Syracuse literally, like, what, 4 years
9-9.
ago, 5 years ago, made it to the Final Four.
But 9-9 this season.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, tell him to go. I'm tired of hearing John Spifruny. Tell him to leave. We tired of his.
All right,
buffoonery.
sorry, cheerleader, you're on timeout.
Wait.
Can we kick him out, Alex? Tell
No,
you.
John's staying.
I can't deal with no more blasphemy outtakes. What's next? He's gonna get more girls than me? Yeah, that's not happening. Next hot take.
Right.
Shut up.
Okay.
Can I smack this white boy? Can I just smack the shit out of this white boy? Just once at him.
I mean, if you, I'd advise against it if you don't want to get arrested, but if you don't mind,
I'll just
go
beat
ahead.
I'm gonna say this on record. I will beat the crap out of John so bad they won't identify his body and then move it to Germany.
Yeah, if you did that, I'd call security. I say, security, Charles Barkley looking ass who smells so bad.
Okay. That was whack. Adam, don't laugh at that, Adam. Hold up. Okay, that was whack. Sam, remember how the guy that gets no pussy and talks shit and then tries to be all tough
right, Adam,
on
can you-
camera?
Are you-
That's
Wait,
John.
Mike. Are you so you mean a kid that tries to act straight but is really the biggest bottom in the school?
Yeah, pretty much. That's John.
That's not funny.
You know what I'm talking about.
Hey,
Adam.
Sam, just remember, have you ever seen a thing where somebody needs shampoo and soap because they smell so bad that if you sit right next to them, you're gonna smell the bad odor? Yeah, that stuff needs to be delivered to Big Mike's house. Oh,
Are you guys done?
Yeah,
Are you guys done?
I've been waiting for you to move on.
I'm waiting for
Okay.
you.
Let's move on.
All right, guys. That debate between our friends Michael and John here was wild. I mean, so we gotta move on now to something even more wild. That divisional round was just, where do I begin? All the matchups were just crazy. Where do we begin, guys? I'm gonna let you guys pick. Which game should we start with?
This game from tonight between the Chiefs and the Bills.
I've got some thoughts on that game. Number one, Patrick Mahomes is a stud. I mean, we all knew that. Okay, number two, like, I tweeted this out before. I've never been more wrong on, like, a player or a prospect than I was about Josh Allen. If you take a look at my Twitter thread, like, what is it, 3 years ago? No, 4 years ago. I was not a Josh Allen fan. Like, I had concerns about his accuracy. I had concerns whether he would actually make it in the NFL. But let me just say, I was wrong. I could not have been more wrong. The guy is legitimately one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, the performance he put up that game, 329 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, he threw that bomb to Davis. Davis had an unbelievable game too. He caught all 4 of Josh Allen's passes. He had 201 receiving yards. Credit to the Bills. They also came out short, but they really put up a fight. But one thing I will take away, one big takeaway, guys. I don't know if you guys are going to disagree. The NFL needs to update its overtime rules. I'm sorry, you cannot tell me that Josh Allen did not deserve to at least get a chance to touch the ball like in overtime. The rule where the other team scores a touchdown on the first drive where they automatically win the game. I think that's ridiculous. The other team should at least get the chance to tie the score. They should at least get the chance to tie the score. If after that you want to make it all bets are off, like next score wins, fine, so be it. But I feel like both teams should at least get the chance to touch the ball once in overtime. I mean, I don't know if you guys disagree, so I want to hear your thoughts, but that's just how I feel. I think the fact that Josh did not get a chance to touch the ball in overtime is just a travesty.
Well, if you wanted to know from the last two, just saw the stat, last two playoff games for Josh Allen, 774 accuracy, 0.774 accuracy, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 149.0 rating, 83 points produced for Josh Allen. That's nuts through 2 games like that.
And this says 2 things, and this says 2 things to the Giants. This says 2 things to the Giants. Number one, they should have drafted Josh Allen like in 2018. Yes, I'm saying it. They should have drafted Josh Allen. And number 2, bring me Brian Dable. That's all I have to say. Bring me Brian Dable, John Mara, and Joe Schoen.
And also,
by the way, so I'm just reading a recap. Patrick Mahomes finished with 378 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, including a 64-yard pass to Tyreek Hill during the thrilling final minutes of the game. And Josh Allen finished with 329 passing yards, and Davis had an incredible game with 8 catches for 200.
Yeah, Davis was unbelievable that game. Davis was unbelievable.
As a Giants fan, you'd be excited for this because this week we have the press conference to hopefully get the introduction done of Joe Schoen for this.
And the Chiefs did it without Tyrann Mathieu.
I mean, Michael, did you get a chance to see that game? Marcellus, did you get a chance to see that game?
Yeah, I saw the game.
Yeah. Marcellus, what were your thoughts?
It's an unreal game, man. And I really think this playoffs this year was great.
This has legitimately been, aside from the Giants' 2 Super Bowl winning seasons, because I'm obviously biased there, no shame there. But aside from those 2 seasons, these have been arguably the best playoffs I've ever seen. I mean, literally, we're just recapping one of the matchups. There were some other other unbelievable matchups that we saw this past divisional weekend.
What was it? It was all decided by field goals, right?
Yeah. Let's go on. I mean, do you guys have any thoughts of the Bills Chiefs game, at least for now? We may go back to it later, but do you guys have any thoughts on it for now?
It's two of the best quarterbacks in the league right now going at it.
Exactly.
What do you expect?
And I'm sure this is not the end to the Bills Chiefs rivalry. I think this is only the beginning.
It's going to be a trilogy next season.
Yeah. Go ahead, John.
The one matchup that you're looking forward to seeing, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes,
that's going to be great.
In the playoffs, first-year head coach. And you have 2 teammates that used to go to the same college together on the Bengals like that. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. Anything can happen. You could see another upset there in the next round.
Yeah. And speaking of that Bengals-Titans game, I was always leaning towards the Bengals. I know everyone's saying, oh, Derrick Henry's coming back. The Titans are clearly going to win this. I didn't buy it because, number one, Derrick Henry is coming back off an injury. And number 2, I think there's another thing we learned. Ryan Tannehill ain't that good.
No.
Ryan Tannehill ain't that good. And it just shows that you cannot rely on your running game. anything, especially when I know Derrick Henry's a star saying that, but you can't rely on your running game. You need to aim in today's NFL. You need to throw the ball. So sorry, Michael. Let me get. We'll get to you in a second, but you need to have to rely on. You need to like give your pass a shot, and B, Derrick Henry was coming off an injury. Michael,
I got something to say.
Go ahead.
So this tweet just got sent out from Adam Schefter. He said, Chiefs head coach told Patrick Mahomes in the final 13 seconds of the game, when it's grim, be the grim reaper.
I mean, that's Andy Reid for you. He always finds a way to motivate his players. Not that Patrick Mahomes necessarily needed any motivating because he's just that good, but it just speaks to the leadership of Andy Reid. Go ahead, Michael.
Hold on, let me explain something about this. Was probably the greatest football game Adam I ever seen. You know why? Andy Reid is probably the most underrated NFL coach in the NFL. Put some respect on that motherfucker's name.
I wouldn't necessarily say he's underrated because I feel like he has gotten like the respect he deserves. But he's a good. But I can't really say he's really good. He's one of the best.
People don't respect his game. People don't respect his coaching. He made Terrell Owens and Donovan McNabb go to the NFL Super Bowl in 2005, and you have two of the biggest egos probably in Eagles history. I actually agree with me on that. He probably wasn't even lied. Probably he didn't remember that first time they went to the Super Bowl when they lost to who? Tom Brady. But the point is, Andy Reid's a great coach. Now you have Joe Burrow, who I've been a big fan of since he was at LSU. Put him in the right system, he's going to do right. You know, he is known for winning, Adam. He is known for winning.
Yeah.
He is known for it.
Plus he's got a great weapon in Jamar Chase.
Who he played
definitely.
That LSU connection, you know.
Yeah. Also, you know Mix is a stud as well.
Oh, yo, all right. All right, guys. They're playing. I say this game reminds me of a college football matchup: LSU versus Alabama, LSU versus Florida. You know what I'm saying?
What year was that?
I'm just 2019. This reminds me. You know what I'm saying? You can't win in Kansas City if I'm in Cincinnati. Here's the thing. Playing in Kansas City, it's like playing at Florida at the Swamp. It is hard to win on the road in Kansas City. It is hard.
Wait, I just got something in. The combined margin of victory across all 4 games this week was 15 points. That's the smallest combined margin of victory in divisional round history.
That's the thing. Like, all these games were like, we're just
close.
Nuts. We're just nuts. I mean, we haven't really talked about that Packers that Packers 49ers game.
How do the 49ers keep winning? First of all, I will give you all like something. I'll give you all a prize if you had both a blocked up punt and a blocked field goal in the same game on your bingo card. First of all,
I will give you a prize if you had both of those on your bingo card.
Okay, first of all, I think that game was a fluke. I'm sorry. I still don't believe it. I was like, first, I'm just in shock. I think we're all in shock by that game. How in the hell did San Francisco beat Green Bay in Green Bay? Which is very hard to do. Aaron Rodgers is probably the greatest quarterback in Green Bay history besides Brett Favre.
I got some thoughts on Aaron Rodgers, but go ahead and finish, Michael.
But let me ask you guys a question. Do you think this is Aaron Rodgers' last game in Green Bay?
Yes.
I don't think it is.
His comment he made the other day.
I think it is.
I've said before. I think that talk of Aaron Rodgers being great is just BS.
I think it is.
Because we have it over and over again, and it never happens. So,
Adam, but you remember his comment? He said yesterday he does not want to be still playing for them if they just keep rebuilding for it. Doesn't want to be on a rebuilding type of a team.
Well, if the Packers decide to rebuild, then yes. But have we seen any indications that the Packers are going to try to blow it up?
The Packers are loaded, though, man. I mean, you can't really say they're rebuilding. I feel like
exactly. They're still going to contend.
You know how many year after year for the last 5 years, Aaron Rodgers said, "I'm leaving Green Bay," and he doesn't leave.
Aaron Rodgers is their quarterback, man. Aaron Rodgers is their quarterback. He can't leave. It's not going to be the same. Their backup is what? Jordan Love?
First of all, only way for him, if I was him, I would ask for a trade.
I would only, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I would only ask for a trade if if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I would only ask for a trade if the Packers rebuild. That's the only way I would ask for a trade, because you were just on a team you were the number 1 seed in the AFC back-to-back years. Why not continue to run it back? Why not?
But here's the thing.
I have some thoughts on Aaron Rodgers. After watching this game, the conversation between who's better, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, it's over with. If it even was a conversation to begin with, there's just no more debate there. Aaron Rodgers, as if he's one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever play the game. He's going to go down as one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. He's not in the same stratosphere as Tom Brady.
First of all, they both let me down, honestly.
Tom Brady did not let because here's the thing. Tom Brady made that game a game. He got the Buccaneers back in. If it wasn't for an amazing throw by Matthew Stafford to Cooper Kupp, which again, that's unbelievable. If it wasn't for that unbelievable play, the Buccaneers have a legitimate chance to win that to go into overtime and win that game. The Buccaneers were down that game. The Buccaneers were down. They were looking dead, and Tom Brady got them back in it. Now, I have to give a lot of credit to Leonard Fournette too, but we see all the time Tom Brady continues to get his team out of the Dutchess. He continues to lift his team up in the playoffs. When has Aaron Rodgers, aside from that 1 year where he won the Super Bowl, when is Aaron Rodgers gonna take Green Bay out of the dumps? You can't tell me that Aaron Rodgers did not have a legitimate chance to put the Packers on back and win that game. We said before about Ryan Tannehill being not that good. Jimmy G ain't that good. Let's be honest.
Jimmy G is a lucky quarterback.
Exactly. Jimmy G ain't that.
He is terrible. Probably the worst quarterback in the league as a starter.
Worst quarterback in the league. I mean, that's a stretch.
As a starter.
Adam.
I mean, Daniel Jones is technically a starter. Who would you take, Jimmy G or Daniel Jones?
Adam, that's like asking me, would I shoot myself in the foot or in the penis? That's like asking me.
Then you get the point I'm trying to make. So
you basically just asked me, would I shoot myself in the dick or in the foot? Asking me who's the worst quarterback between Jimmy G and Daniel Jones. That's like asking me and Marcellus to kill us in the dick and the foot.
Adam,
I can't.
Yeah.
If you want to know something, also, if you're trying to say who's also a good quarterback, can't forget Josh Allen. Apparently, Josh Allen, if you want to know, throughout the coin tosses, he came in today's game a 9-0 record on coin tosses this season.
Are you telling me that doesn't make? All right, we're gonna. All right, we'll agree.
A crazy stat that is more relevant after the overtime finish. Josh Allen came into today's game 9-0 on coin tosses this season.
I mean, Josh Allen's now 9-1 on coin tosses.
Yeah, because he had an undefeated.
Undefeated coin toss record. Oh my! It's like if you're Josh Allen, you're thinking, the one time I lose a coin toss is when I'm up against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. The one time I lose a coin toss is when I'm up against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Why?
And Tom Brady even just tweeted on air, Tom Brady hasn't thought about whether he will play next season. I'm thinking about this game, not thinking about past 5 minutes.
First of all, Brady's not going to retire.
Wait, is his contract up?
They're thinking that he might retire.
Wait, is his contract up?
There's no way he's going to retire.
I'd be stunned to be retired.
Yeah.
I'd be stunned
if
to be
he retires now without an injury, he's not going to do it. The only way he retires if he's on his deathbed. He's going to play until he's 50. We all know that. He's already 45.
I am done of predicting when Tom Brady's going to retire.
Brady. We all know that. Brady should have retired 10 years ago, and he's still playing like fire.
And if you want to know something who Buffalo could potentially lose now, Buffalo is scheduled to have 2 of their coordinators have a second interviews for the Giants head coaching job immediately. Brian Dable and Leslie Frazier.
I mean, you've heard me say before that I want Brian Dable. Like him and like Brian Flores are like 1A and 1B to me in terms of Giants head coach. I'm a realistic Giants head coaching candidates. I mean, I would throw Jim Harbaugh up in there, but that's just a pipe dream. So
there's reports saying by the end of this week is when they might announce who it is.
I mean, we haven't talked that much about the Rams game. I mean, 2 things I took away on the Rams Buccaneers game. Number 1, Tom Brady's not human. We know that. Number 2, Matthew Stafford's really, really good. I really feel like being stuck on the Lions for so many years has really made us undervalue how good Matthew Stafford is. Like, if he goes on to win the Super Bowl this year, then in my opinion, he enters the conversation for potentially the Hall of Fame. Like, if he wins Super Bowl this year, he's at least in the conversation to make it into Canton.
And you can't forget who else they have on the Rams too. That even was a big part of their run.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp. I mean,
and Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh yeah, Odell had another sensational game. And as a Giants fan, I am happy for him. Because you said before, I thought trading him away was really a dumb move of not necessarily trade him away, because at the end of the day, the Giants were going into a rebuild at that point, but signing that big time extension and then trading him, and then not getting back the proper haul you would have if you had traded him last year. I mean, I've ranted about this over and over again, so I don't want to recycle old takes that much. I mean, because I don't want to sound like I'm monotonous or anything, but you guys heard what I said. But I am happy for Odell Beckham Jr. And he's gonna have a legit chance to play in the Super Bowl, because I'll tell you right now, I know we've said before, we are definitely gonna preview these games on our next. We're definitely gonna preview the championship games on our next episode. But little hint, I think all of us can agree with when it comes to the NFC Championship game. I think I'm leaning Rams here. That's all I'm gonna say. A little bit of spoilers. Just a little bit of spoilers.
The one thing I forgot to say when we were talking about the other game from earlier, when you were talking about that game tonight, in the 4th quarter of tonight's game, a fan ran on the field and got leveled.
Which game?
The Chiefs game.
What? I didn't see that. I did not see that.
I just texted in the group chat.
I found it. Field Yates, a reporter, tweeted this out.
Oh, and Stephon Diggs leveled them. Oh my God. People are so stupid.
It was in the game tonight at one point.
People are so stupid.
Did you see the part of the game? The security guard was running out on the field. That's why they had a little delay and a stoppage.
Oh, wow. Guys, raise your hand if you think people are stupid.
A lot of people are stupid. Let's just
Exactly. I mean, do you guys have any thoughts up on the divisional round playoffs?
I think we're good. We're greedy.
I feel like I would wish we would talk about this. I really wish we could talk about this longer, but unfortunately, it's getting we might talk. We keep these games a little bit during our next episode, a little bit more during our next episode because I'm still letting all my thoughts get. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have more to say, but I feel like that's all for now. So you guys, it's time for our bets of the episode. To recap last episode, only one of us won our bets.
Me.
Nope, you didn't win your bet. You had the Knicks over the Pelicans and the Warriors over the Pacers, and the Pelicans beat the Knicks, Mike. So I'm sure you're not happy.
Adam, fuck you.
Okay. Marcellus had the Kings over the Pistons on the spread and Jazz over Rockets on the spread. Rockets upset the Jazz, so that wrecked his bet. And our friend Sam had the Rockets over the Jazz on the money line and the Magic over 49ers. Rockets upset the Jazz. All Sam needed to do was for the Magic to hold on against the 49ers, and Sam would have added over 150 points. But unfortunately, your 76ers, Alex, upset the Magic or beat the Magic, so that wrecked his parlay. Sam, for this thing, we're so sorry. Chris had Kentucky on the money line over Texas A&M and LSU over Alabama. Parlay, Alabama beat LSU. Alex had the Hawks over the Timberwolves on the money line and Capitals over the Bruins. Bruins beat the Capitals over to that wrecked his bet. And the only one to win a bet was myself. I had the Nets over the Wizards on the money line and Kyrie Irving on the over. Nets beat the Wizards. Kyrie Irving crushed the over, so I won my bet. I added 21.22 points. So to give you up the understandings, Michael, you remain our ringleader. You're in first place. 30-37 record, 379.06 points. I remain second place, 30-37 record, 351.65 points. Chris has remained in third place, 30-37 record, 370.75 points. Alex is in fourth place, 26-41 record, 306.38 points. Marcellus is in fifth place, 36-31 record, 283.00 points. And Sam reigns last place, 29-38 record, 239.68 points. Unfortunately, Sam had to leave early, so he did go to his bet though. He's taking the Pistons and the Magic on the money line in the parlay. And we do have Chris's bet. Chris is taking NC University on the money line and Illinois on my line in a parlay. All right, so I'll write all those down there. So, who wants to go first? You guys want me to go first?
I can.
Okay, you go first, because I still don't know what I'm gonna pick.
Okay. So I am gonna do a poll. I am gonna go UCLA money line against Arizona.
I gotcha.
And my second one is the Utah Jazz money line against
USA over Arizona, right?
My bad. My second one is Dallas money line.
Oh, Mavericks over who?
Golden State.
Ooh, interesting. All right, guys. I've been thinking about this one.
Yo, wait, you went already?
Alex went. I still have to go right now. I'm really thinking here.
I'm surprised you always go first, man.
I let Alex go first because I'm thinking. There's not really that much from Monday that I like, so you know what? I think it's time for a little head-to-head action. I'm going to try to bait someone on this podcast into going head-to-head with me. And that man is our ringleader himself. I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets over the Los Angeles Lakers on the money line, and I'm going to take James Harden on the over for points. That's what I bet. Let's go off a tough loss to the Timberwolves, an awful loss. They're going to be motivated. Like, they need to build some momentum back at home. I think they're going to come out hungry. And let's be honest, guys, the Lakers ain't shit. The Lakers ain't shit. So I'm going to take the Nets over the Lakers on my line and James Harden on the over for points. That's what I bet. All right, Marcellus, you're up.
I'm going to take the Suns -8 spread.
All right, you got Suns on the spread. All right. I don't know who they're playing, but do you have anything else you want to add, Marcellus?
That was it.
Okay. I'll just write down Suns spread, and I'll fill the rest out later. All right, Mr. Ringleader, let's up. Go ahead. Are you going to take the bait?
No, I am not, sir.
Okay.
Because we suck right now. Because we suck. If we were good, I would have taken it. Let's try, Adam. You gotta be. Let's see. The Lakers lost in Miami. What's our seed this year? I don't know. What are we in the standings? It's my brain because I've been a little mad lately with my Lakers. I've been a little mad. They're in 8th place. They're not doing so well. They're not hot right now. They ain't hot. You know what I'm saying? They ain't hot. I'm gonna do a money line. I'm gonna do a 3-game parlay.
3-game parlay? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do Mavericks over Warriors. No,
Okay,
Warriors over Mavericks. My fault.
All right, so you got Warriors over Mavericks. That's 1.
Duke versus Clemson. And who would I get for my Knicks? Or I got him. I got the Knicks over the Cavaliers. You know what? We've been on a hot streak. We've been, since we beat the Clippers. I'm gonna go with Knicks versus Cavaliers.
All right. Honestly, Michael, I don't hate it. All right, guys, that's all for our best, and that's all for this episode. John, we thank you so much for coming on. It was great to talk all this football with you, and even better to hear you go head-to-head with Michael for about half an hour. I mean, that I think will go down as probably one of the best moments in this podcast history. So, John, we thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. I enjoyed that stuff. I enjoyed my job. The smack talking was the best part of the night.
Okay. Yeah, and John, just so you know, you're welcome back on anytime.
Oh, thank you.
All right, but guys, does anyone else have any final thoughts?
First of all, I got something to say.
Go ahead.
Also, no.
First of all,
go ahead, Michael.
What you said?
Go ahead.
No, what did Alex say? What did Alex say?
No Duke.
Alex, you stupid, naive little boy.
Well, let's just say this. Duke and Purdue are better than Villanova. They have a better record than Villanova.
First of all,
that is something that I think both John and Michael can agree on.
100%.
One thing you both can agree on.
First of all, Alex, I love you, brother. I love you. Villanova has a better chance of winning that tournament than Purdue because y'all ain't going to win, first of all.
Purdue beat Villanova already.
Yeah, both are terrible, but here's the thing about Duke. When it gets to March, baby, we see those bright lights. And Coach K's last year with us, we going out with a bang, boys.
Upset against South Carolina, what happened?
First of all, South Carolina, they're going to choke as usual. My father, who is from South Carolina, always say they always choke. You know what they say, Adam? Anybody got a banana for the Gamecocks? Anybody got a banana? Because they're going to choke on that. Slap nuts. And 2, let's go Knicks for life. And 3, Joel Embiid is a piece of shit.
And he can look like poop for all you know.
And 4, Bane, and this is for Chris. Bane from the Grizzlies is not going to be an NBA All-Star. So, Chris, if you're watching this, only one All-Star will be on the Grizzlies in John Morant. Bane is so bad, he can't even watch my jockstrap. That's how bad he is in basketball. And Kyle Anderson is overrated. He's the slowest NBA player.
We need to have that debate between Sam and Chris.
Wait, Adam, you mean Jaden, John Morant, Ivy? Because they both look alike. And John Morant was at some of Jaden Ivey's games.
First of all,
both have the same type of
screw Bane. First of all, the Grizzlies are playing good. I can't say nothing about that. But Chris, I love you, brother. But however, Bane is not going to be an all-star. He has a better chance of my dad's giving him 30 buckets in a row than him being an all-star. Let's just say that. And Kyle Anderson being a great player is like me taking a little dump on the toilet and Alex watching it. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
TMI.
All right. Do you guys want me to end there?
Yes.
Okay, I got to end there. That's it. This is episode 68 of the Getting Out podcast. Yours truly, Grassani, Mike Cunningham, Alex Reich, Marcellus Murdock, and our special guest, John Berardi. If you like what you heard, leave a like, and follow, or subscribe to the podcast. Also, join the conversation, drop a comment, or review, and may feature a future episode. Remember, my friends, don't shoot your dreams, just fantasy. If you can imagine a world, believe in it, and dive in. See you next time, and until then, stay lit.